And welcome back. Tonight, a Factor exclusive. Nearly a dozen downtown pop-up vendors have been shut down by the city of Houston. We have learned this comes after city investigators say more than a half dozen people became ill after eating from a taco truck on Main Street. Tonight, we have the fallout only on the Factor. Close to the weekend, there is something now missing on Main Street in downtown Houston.
We thought we were under the umbrella or under the impression that the owners did get the right permit, but either way, it didn't happen.
Dewan Anderson is one of about a dozen pop-up food vendors who were told they could no longer sell their goods along Main Street in Houston. The cease and desist order by the city of Houston's health department came after 7 people, according to this document, became sick. That's after buying food from a taco truck that was located on Main.
Our main goal is to protect the public from foodborne illness or any other situation that can occur when those things are not in place.
Lacey Brown is the chief sanitarian for Houston's health department. It is her job, along with the inspectors, to go out and enforce the city's rules when it comes to food safety and permitting. That's what led her and her team to Main Street.
And according to the report that you guys filed, lots of violations found, and you had to issue some cease and desist orders.
Correct. There were violations found of operating a food establishment without a food dealer's permit, for operating on a city sidewalk or right-of-way without being permitted to, and also for a lot of sanitary issues that were found, as I mentioned before, with the no hand washing, no thermometers to check cooking temperatures, even if they were permitted, which they could not be for being on that sidewalk. But yes, we did see those violations, and we issued a cease and desist order and issued some citations that night.
That takes us back to Dewan Anderson. He was one of those vendors who came under the microscope of the city of Houston on Main Street. He's a food vendor located just outside of Dean's Bar. Anderson has operated his business for about 3 years now. He says while he understands the importance of food safety, the recent clampdown on vendors has a ripple effect. What we have noticed now, typically on a Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, there are food vendors along Main Street here. Now we don't see any.
None at all, man. I'm primetime bartender. I work every weekend, so I know when Thursday comes, everyone's expecting the tacos, the taco truck over there, you know, all the other different vendors that pop up, the hot dog and hamburgers that used to pop up. Everyone's like kind of expecting them to be here so they can come out, have a fun time, and then before going home, hey, let's get a little quick bite to eat, something to, you know, necessarily quote unquote sober me up or sober them up. But ever since it's gone, I just feel like the nightlife as a whole has also taken a drop because, you know, you go to Washington, there's food all along the street. You go to Midtowns, there's food truck parking lots, but you really don't have the space downtown for all that when you have the Metro Rail and all that.
City inspectors say food vendors are more than welcome to sell their goods, but they must follow the rules, stay off the sidewalks, and have the proper paperwork to ensure public safety.
For those who are looking to do it the right way, where can they go to the city of Houston, the health department, to get the guidance they need in order to operate a food vendor's establishment, business?
Yes. So we urge them to start at houstonhealth.org and go to the food vendors page. They'll find information on becoming a food vendor, whether it is a temporary food establishment in conjunction with an event or celebration, or it's a mobile food vendor, or they want to start a brick and mortar establishment. They can locate all of that information at houstonhealth.org, and they're always welcome to contact the Houston Health Department, and we are more than welcome to talk with them and guide them through any process they need.
And how does the permitting process work? Say for someone who wants to operate on Main Street for the weekends, is there a temporary permit? Is there a special events permit? Is there a permanent permit that they can get from the city of Houston. How does that work for food vendors that may be on city streets?
Right. So you mentioned on weekends. If someone is just looking to operate on a temporary basis, that permit only is issued in conjunction with an event or celebration, say like the Houston Rodeo or some other event or celebration. There are no permits that are available to just set up on a temporary basis.
Meanwhile, Anderson has found a solution to his dilemma. However, those remaining food vendors, those pop-ups who were moved off of Main Street, well,
You were able to, in order to sustain at least your food business downtown, you found a workaround by working under a kitchen and another business, not Dean's, but another business.
A completely different business, and that was by luck. That was by luck.
Because they have the permit.
Yeah, they have
the
permit.
kitchen.
They sell on days that I'm not cooking there, they sell their own food. So they're an open, established bar, and they sell their own food in their own days. So the days that I go in there, he just was like, hey, I hate to, just being a nice guy, he was like, I hate to see that happen to you. They cut off all the food. Dean's doesn't have the right permit, so you're a valuable part of food downtown. Like, people know me, like, people know Manna and know my food downtown, so it's like, but, I still sat there, like, in the back of my head, like, man, what about the taco truck, the hot dog people, this and that? It still just adds to the ambiance of downtown.